Leetcode practice time. Valid palindrome. So give a string determining if it is a palindrome considering only alphanumeric characters and ignoring cases. And for the purpose of this problem, we define empty string as valid palindrome. Alright. So for example 1, we see that this one returns true because it's a palindrome. So we only consider the alphanumerical things. So since we omit the colon, we omit the comma, and we ignore the cases. Okay, so I think it's pretty clear what the question is asking us about. Remember what the first step we are going to take during a coding interview. The first one is try to understand the problem and ask clarification questions, and also think about the edge cases. So I think those edge cases could be like empty string, etc., but not too much to be considered in this specific question. And the second one is finding the solution. So the solution for this one, I think, is pretty clear. We are going to keep 2 pointers, one pointing to the at the very beginning, and another pointer pointing to the end. And each step we are going to move so we are going to keep 2 pointers, the begin pointer and the end pointer. So the begin pointer moves from the begin to the end, and the end pointer moves from the end to the begin. And each time we are going to move begin and pointer and the end pointer to the right in one step. But if one step is not enough, which means after we move one step, the corresponding character is not a character or a number, then we keep moving it. And we do the comparison for the character at the beginning index and the end index. If it is not equal, then we return false. Otherwise, at the end, we return true. So that's pretty much about the solution. And the runtime is going to be linear, which is all of n, and defined as the length of the string. And space-wise is constant. So after we find the solution, the next thing is to do some coding. So for coding part, take care about the correctness and also the readability. So let's get started to do some solid code. So as we said, we define 2 pointers. Int begin, start from 0, and int end, start from the last thing. So if it is empty, if the input string is empty, we are going to simply return true, but we don't need to do some special we don't need any special code at the very beginning. I think the general code is going to take care of the edge case, I would say. So this is a while loop actually. While begin is smaller than end. So okay, so so we start at begin and we end at here. Okay, if we do this one, okay, so actually we need some, okay, so how okay, so I think I understand it. So begin is smaller than end, and character is alpha, I think is alpha numeric. So let's take a quick search. I think there is some helper function. Java is alpha numerics. Okay, so fastest way to, okay, so I think that, okay, is alphanumeric is okay, is letter or digit. Okay, this is a helper function, is letter or digit. Okay, so it is s.car at begin. If well and not this one, then we keep moving the begin pointer, and well the begin, the end, the begin is smaller than end, and not character dot is letter or digit, s dot car at end. We just keep moving our end pointer. So if after we keep moving the end begin and the end pointer, we find that begin is larger than end, then we just break this while loop. Otherwise, we need to do some comparison. If it's larger or equal to this, I think we can just break it. We need to do some comparison. If s.car at begin, so character dot to lowercase, because the case is not what we care about in this question, so we need to turn it into lowercase. If the character comparison returns is not equal, then we definitely need to return false. And at the end, we are going to plus begin and minus end, and finally we return true if we don't return false during this while loop. So let's do some sanity check. Let's use the thing which is let's say A, B, C, B, and A. So let's not put the okay, let's just use this one. So at the very beginning, the begin is equal to, so it's worth to mention that the last part is about testing after you code complete. First of all, please do some sanity check by manually go through this piece of code using an example. At the same time, you can take the time to explain how this piece of code is going to work. So at the very beginning, begin is equal to 0 and end is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is equal to 4, and we try to move begin and end, so we don't need to jump into this while loop because it's already a letter. And same here, so begin is not larger or equal to end, so we do the comparison here. We see that A is equal to A, and then we move begin to the right by 1 and to the left by 1, and then we do another comparison. B is equal to B, then we move begin to the right and end to the left, and now we have begin is equal to end, then we break this while loop and we return true finally. So I think it should work. And regarding the test case setup, definitely set up some. So the first case I would set up is a empty string, and the second one I would say it's a string containing non-alphabet characters, and it's going to return true. And the third case I would say is something like example 2, which is going to return false. So let's give it a shot. So compile arrow y. So cannot find symbol. Okay, so I missed a s.caret. It's definitely a typo here. Alright. It takes some time to run this piece of code. Okay, so accepted. Let's submit this piece of code. Okay, accepted as well. So that's it for this specific coding question. I hope you find this a little bit helpful during the time you prepare your technical interview. So thanks for watching it. If you like it, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.